We got two girls on the right hand side of us about to cross the road, so we're just going to bear them in mind. Those two girls are now crossing the road. They're just going to cross right in front of me as the lights do go green as expected, and that car nearly hit them. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Luke. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Now, I've mentioned before in the past about how I like to spot things well in advance, spot things in the distance and adjust my driving style to suit the needs up ahead. It's like basically your situational awareness. It's something that you have to do on your theory test. It's detect possible problems up ahead and react to them before any serious problems actually arise. And it's something that all drivers should do, but I personally think that HGV drivers are particularly good at. We're very good at reading the road up ahead, and I just wanted to take my time to explain to you the thought process, like what we're seeing, what we're thinking, and hopefully it might lead you into an insight of what the job is like, basically. I'm pretty sure they do it on things like police training and like fire training and ambulance, like when you're with your blues and twos on. Do you know what I mean? You're sort of preparing yourself for situations. So that's what this video is going to be. Long intro, overdue. Let's crack on with the video. Right, so we've just gone through a set of green lights. The green lights is going to be fine. We're going to carry on. White car coming up ahead. Keep clear sign in the middle of the road. Nothing to worry about so far. The white van up ahead has just put his brakes on, so we're already going to start slowing down. We've got some traffic lights up ahead with a man in a high-vis crossing. So we're going to be careful of the man in the high-vis, and we've got some pedestrians on the left-hand side. So we're just going to be sure to leave them plenty of space. Keep clear writing on the floor, so obviously we're going to keep clear. People can get in and out of that access road quite easily. And we're going to go across the green lights, and well, actually we're going to wait for the green lights because they just changed from green to red. That was really quick. So while we're sat at these red lights, we can just sort of like keep an eye out on things, make sure there's like no children around, because if there is, they might run out into the road all of a sudden. So we're just like keeping ourselves aware, checking our areas, make sure there's no one down the side, the motorcyclist down the left hand side, for example. We got two girls on the right hand side of us about to cross the road. They just stopped because the cars are coming the other way, but they were going to cross then. So we're just going to bear them in mind for when we do set off. We do now have a BMW car on the left hand side of us. The left lane is a left only lane. That doesn't mean he's going to go left. He might go straight on. So when we pull away, we will be making sure that he does in fact go left and not straight on. Those two girls are now crossing the road. They're just going to cross right in front of me as the lights do go green as expected, and that car nearly hit him. So there we go, there's an incident. So I predicted that was going to happen before it even happened. So it's just things like that you just got to keep an eye on. That BMW did go left, but that BMW didn't see those girls crossing. The lights turned green. He could have floored it, but I was watching. So yeah, very nasty accident that could have been, but luckily nothing happened from it. So we're going to go past the fuel station now. Just keep an eye on any cars entering or exiting. It's all clear. We've got a man up ahead in a green top riding a scooter. So we're just going to make sure everything's okay when we go past him. Car coming from the left. Now he's stopped at the lights, that's good. Right, up ahead we got some people on push bikes. Looks like they're in the road, or one of them is, and it's a group of kids. So we've got to go careful around these. We're going to indicate, and we're going to attempt to overtake, but we can't overtake clearly, so we're going to have to wait. The kid is now looking at me, aware that he's holding me up and getting onto the path, but yeah, just going to be careful as I go past them. I don't want them falling into the road. There we go, it's all clear. I've gone past them, nicely done. So things like that, I was aware he was in the road before I even got around the corner. I just slowed myself down for him. So yeah, excellent. We're going to go past a set of green lights now, but we are going to keep an eye out for pedestrians. Of course, pedestrians are vulnerable road users, so they're like the main thing you need to keep an eye out on. Obviously other road users as well. He was indicating, well, she was indicating well up ahead, so I did anticipate her turning. but I was also mid-sentence. That's another thing. When you saying what you're seeing, push bike up ahead. When you're saying what you're seeing, it takes longer to come out. When it's actually in your head, you see it, or you think it a lot faster. No, I carry on the route I'm on, thank you very much. So, there's a lady in the path there, so I'm just going to give her a little bit extra room by moving on out in the middle of the road. And there's workmen here, so we're going to be careful of the workmen. Cars could be trying to overtake coming from the other direction, so just going to give them plenty of space. They are indicating look to go around. Excellent, nicely done. And I don't know if you noticed, but every time a car goes past me, I tend to check to make sure they do go past me. Maybe not every time, but like most of the time I do check. And my driver instructor at the time was like, kiss the parrot, kiss the parrot. Every time a car goes by, kiss the parrot. So that's what we do. Every time a car goes past us, or not every time, but most of the time, especially in tight situations, I always have a look and just make sure that they did safely go past. Now, I'm not saying that I am the best driver in the world. God knows I've made mistakes. I've hit things and, you know, made a tit of myself. But I try to prevent such things happening by doing these checks. And it's just natural. Even while vlogging on a normal everyday vlog, you'll see me check my mirrors. I like to think I check my mirrors a lot. And in my head, while I'm talking, I'm thinking about these things that are happening. In fact, on occasions it stopped me mid-flow because I'm thinking about them in advance. So we got a roundabout coming up ahead, so we're going to decrease our speed and be prepared to stop and give way to the right. Blue car is going all the way around that roundabout by the looks of it. There we go, so we had to stop for him anyway. Peugeot's going round, we got a BMW turning left, so we're clear to go. We're going to check left and check right, just make sure no one's down the inside of the truck. Especially in an Arctic, when you've got a trailer on, you always got to look left. Even if you go straight on, you look left and right in your mirrors, just to make sure there's no one down the inside of you. There's a learning lorry there, so they might not be too brilliant on the brakes, so just be prepared for them. We've got a couple of people walking a dog there, 2 dogs. Dogs can run into the road, so you just got to be prepared to slow down for that instance. Now we're on a bit of wide open space of a road. There's nothing really too much to worry about. There's someone there on the left, a couple of guys there. Oh, there's a water fountain there, water in the grass. So, back onto open road again. We've got a roundabout up ahead, so obviously give way to the right. We won't know whether there's anything coming until we get a little bit closer, but it's normally a quiet roundabout. That being said, a car is coming from the right left, so we would have had to slow down. There was a car in the gates there, so that's locked up, nice and safe. Excellent, let's go around here. And we're going to indicate off the roundabout as well, nicely done. Like I said, I'm not a perfect driver, this is just things that I do whilst driving. I just keep an eye out on things and have a look. So, you know, there's a car behind me. He might overtake me because this is a bit of a straight road, so we are just going to pop our head into the mirror and just have a little look every now and then. I don't think he is going to overtake, but we just prepare ourselves for that eventuality. There's a dog walker there, never learn a truck there, as well as a roundabout, so we make sure we give way to our right again. That car coming from the other direction is not indicating, so he should be going straight on. Just going to check the left mirror as we're going round, check the right, check the left again, check the right again. Okay, that car that was behind me is now slightly closer than what it was originally, so he may be starting to lose his patience, so he may want to now try to overtake. We'll prepare ourselves for that eventuality, just in case it does. We've got quite a sharp bend coming up, so when we go around here, we're just going to be careful. We don't know whether there's going to be any traffic stopped in the road. There might be, so we need to prepare ourselves for that. It does look all clear, so that's good. And now we've got a hill coming up, so what we need to try and do now is try and build momentum. We need to try not to slow down on this hill and keep our momentum going forward, so that we don't have to come to a complete stop. So we're just going to keep an eye up ahead, just in case there is anything like broken down up there. You never know. Things might be stopping in the road, there could be traffic, and if there is stopped traffic on the road, okay, and we do have a broken down vehicle. So it's clear on the right hand side, so we're going to indicate. Very luckily we didn't have to stop there, because that would have been a bit of a nightmare. So we're still indicating, we're just letting the car up ahead know that we are on his side of the road, not that he can't miss us, but we are indicating just to let him know. We're going to say thank you for slowing down, because he did slow down. If we had to come to a complete stop on that hill, that would have been a nightmare setting back off, because I'm fully loaded. We're doing 19 miles an hour up this hill right now. So Oh, that was funny, wasn't it? Saying about broken down vehicles, there's a broken down vehicle. So you just got to prepare yourself for stuff. You don't want to be stopping on a hill for any reason. So you just want to keep the motion going. Broken down vehicles, stopped vehicles, and like for traffic. If there was traffic up ahead, I would have backed off a lot earlier and tried to keep moving, even if it is at just 2 miles an hour. You just want to keep moving as much as you can. So yeah, nice wide open road again now. We've got nothing in front of us. We do have a line of cars behind us, so we will just be careful for that. Got some parked cars on the right hand side, so we've got to be careful for pedestrians. So we might cross the road because there's parks there on the left by the looks of it. But it's all good, all gravy. Bus stop there on the left, so we'll obviously be prepared for pedestrians in case they're waiting for the bus. And we're just checking around, just making sure that there's nothing in our way or could interfere with our driving or anything like that. Another roundabout up ahead, so I'm going to obviously give way to the right again. A lot of give way into the right. It's all clear, all clear, all clear, all clear, and now we commit. Now we commit. You just keep checking. You always check. So tractor is in front, which means one thing. Normally a line of cars behind, possibly impatient. So you've got to be careful, especially if it's on a long straight road. If there's a tractor up in front, you can normally tell because beacons are on. There could be cars overtaken, so there could be now cars in your line of or your live lane. You're coming your way. Could be a head-on collision. So you've got to be careful for cars overtaking tractors, specifically on the other side of the road, or any vehicle really. You just got to be prepared for it. Right, so we are now coming down here. There's a UPS van up ahead, which reminds me my drone has now been delivered by UPS, so that's just reminded me. 30 miles an hour speed limit, so we're going to decrease our speed limit. So we've got workmen on the right, so it could be construction vehicles coming in now, slow moving vehicles, so you've got to be careful for them. A lot of talking, so my voice is going dry. But it's all good. Green light, so we're going to carry on going. Now we're heading into a residential area. So residential area means one thing, residents, which means pedestrians, which means vulnerable users. So we've got to be careful for people crossing the road, or even kids playing. There could be like little kids playing around in the houses and housing estates, playing football, stuff like that. You never know. So you've got to be careful. That's a nice RV in that house. Another training vehicle. That's 3 training vehicles we've seen now. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that there's a training centre around here somewhere. So be careful for the training vehicles. Give them extra space. Allow them time to manoeuvre. Don't, rush them, because they might be on a test, so you don't want to fail them, especially when they're your colleagues essentially. So we've got a school here on the left, Hale School. So we've got to be careful of obviously kids again, parents. Just give them plenty of room. It's 2:15 in the afternoon right now, so it shouldn't be an issue. But around about 2:30, 2:45, you could get a lot of cars parked up, and then obviously come 3 o'clock when the kids leave school. In most places, you'll have kiddies walking around. So give them extra room. If you can get on the other side of the road, give them extra room just in case someone does run out. Because I've seen it. I've seen kids run off. You then see the parents have a massive go at them, but you do see kids run off, and obviously they don't know the dangers. So yeah, anyway, we've got a bus here, so someone could be crossing the path behind the bus, so we do need to be careful as we go past the bus, just in case someone is crossing. I'm also keeping an eye out on the car behind the bus in case he's looking at a pedestrian walking, so you're kind of looking at his line of sight basically. But yeah, another green light, so no one is there. That's good, we can carry on. We've got a bend coming up, so we don't know whether there's any stationary traffic down here, so we are going to just slow down just in case there is any stationary traffic. It's all good, we can continue going. We're checking the mirrors. Excellent. A lot of these houses have concealed entrances, so all of a sudden a car could just poke out quite easily. So I'm not on the other side of the road, but I am leaving room just in case. That car has decided to come out a little bit too late. It's made me slow down. You're welcome. I couldn't see him from around the corner, so good job we weren't going too fast, or else we might have struggled to have slowed down in time. So we've got a lady on the right walking, all looking good. That blue car's going to wait for us. Bus stop is clear, and the mini up ahead is slowing down as well, so it's all good. Wow, that's 4 minis in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 minis in a row. Observant. We're going to go past Willow Way. Nothing in Willow Way. Nothing is in the way. There is a boy there doing something. I don't know what he's doing. Got gloves on. Looks like he's cutting some bushes. Trimming his bush. Lady on the right walking. We've got one of our own vehicles coming up the other way. Excellente. Right, so we've got slowing down vehicles up ahead. According to the sat-nav there is a turn. I know there is a turn, but you can use the slowing down traffic and the sat-nav to come to a conclusion that there is a junction of some sort. And there is. We've got some lights. So we've got the white van turning left, the green car's turning right, the blue car is not indicating. We're going right, so we shall indicate right. I'm just going to make sure there's no like emergency vehicles wanting to cross, because you never know, there might be. Going to go around past these cars. Is a bit tight here, so we're just going to make sure that the cars didn't get hit, and then we check the building as well just in case. Of course, if you do hit something, you know, you have to report it, don't you? So we're going to get in the left lane. That car now is going to overtake me. It's been trying to overtake me for a while. Now it can safely, and there one behind him as well. Now we're giving way to the right. We're going to try and keep a motion going so we don't come to a complete stop. There is a car coming, but we've got plenty of time to go without causing him to slow down. Bless me. White car's going to come out into the junction, plenty of time. Not got to worry about it, and we're now going to indicate off. Excellent. And we checked our mirrors plenty of times, but never enough, so we're going to keep checking them. Now, this roundabout coming up is a little bit awkward. It gives you the illusion that you need to be into the left-hand side lane, but I know you don't. So I am going to indicate right to get into lane 2. And then we're going to go around this roundabout whilst giving way to the car, and the van is not coming around, so we can keep going. We kept the motion going. Didn't come to a complete stop and was prepared to do so just in case. Right, so we now want to stay in this lane. There's a person there on a bikelet. It looks like she might cross, or he. Shouldn't assume gender. It is a he by the looks of it. And we're good to go. But I was prepared to stop just in case he or she did decide they wanted to cross the road whilst all the traffic was coming to a stop. But no, we're good in this case. Right, so vehicles coming from the left quite fast. It is a flow road, I think you call it. So vehicles from the left do carry on coming down, but we just want to make sure that they don't start indicating and cross into our lane. They shouldn't cross into our lane, because if they did, they're in the wrong lane to begin with. But we are just going to double check. A lot of vehicles tend to undertake you at this stage as well, because they technically can, because it's a split road. But we're now going to left indicate, get into lane 1. There's an Audi straight away gone for the overtake, look. But I was prepared for it, and I had him in my mirrors, so I knew where he was at all times. As I was going left, he was going right, so kind of like, don't know how to word it. It was like an orchestrated, that's it. Right, in 200 yards time we've got a service station, so what goes in must come out, so we've got to be prepared for vehicles coming out onto the slip road. More vehicles are overtaking me. Just going to take it nice and steady now, make sure we keep the motion going if we can. There are some traffic lights up ahead, so as soon as I see, well, there's a car braking there, look, so we know that it's going to be a red light round here, because the car's braking way before I can even see the lights. There we go. They are green, but there is traffic. That BMW's just cut me up. Nicely done, mate. Well done. Got that on camera. If I hadn't been on the brakes, maybe I would not have stopped in time and hit him. You never know. So we've got no choice now but to come to a complete stop, because there are red lights there. I don't think they're going to turn green before I get there, because it's one way at a time. So all the vehicles from the left are coming first, and all the vehicles from the right, and so on. So we will be coming to a complete stop, but we're not going to use the brakes unnecessarily. So we're just going to come to a nice, slow, steady stop, but also keep an eye on vehicles that are around us in case they cut in last minute, just like they did there, because it does happen. It does happen. So we're just going to wait for these red lights to turn green. When they turn green, we will set off. But I think that's probably enough for this video, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching it. I do appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully it gives you some kind of insight into the thinking behind what you're thinking. And I'm not over exaggerating what I'm saying there. That is literally what goes through your head the whole time, but you don't say it, you just think it. I actually struggled getting the words out sometimes. Like you're trying to think of too many things at once, but you know, you can't get the words out. So that's just the way it goes. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Do appreciate it. Have a fantastic day wherever you are. Drive safe, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Bye bye. And no, green light. So now we're gonna go. See you soon. Bye bye.
Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.